Alright guys, welcome to this video. Today's video, we are still in the Rust series, and in today's video we are looking at Rust match expression. It's a powerful feature or language macro that has a lot of capabilities. Basically, Rust's match expressions they're very quiet, so they're quite joyful to use, so to say, but also to have a fair picture, they are basically switch statement on steroids. Yeah, if you've used the C++ and C, and you've used the switch statements, also in Java, this is like you're using a switch statement but with a rocket engine. And basically what that means, they allow you to make decisions depending on what value the variable has and whether it has advanced filtering capabilities. We're going to see what that means, and of course, without further ado, let's dive in and write the code. So we assume now at this level you know how to open a file and write your Rust code wherever you want to put it. And so today I felt like I need to magnify my font size, and I've done that. I hope it improves. If it does so, please leave a comment, plus like the video, and subscribe. Why not? So we write the Rust main function as our entry point into our code, and let's see how we can use these match expressions. And where I want to begin with, I want to begin with this function, which is like we are getting the request status of an API call. But if you don't know what an API call is, just imagine that we have a function, and this function, its return type is a U32 integer. It's unsigned integer, bit 32, so to say. So we have that function, and this function is not going to be complicated. In fact, it should be as simple as this: just returning a dummy HTTP response 200. And if you know the HTTP codes, you know what that means. I think 200 means okay. Could be wrong, but you made a successful API request and it's successful. That's all. Okay. We come to the main function, and we want to see how we can use this function, but also how we can use the match expression. So we will define a variable. It is immutable because we don't have the mute keyword. So we let the status equal to the request status function. Okay. So we are literally calling the function. And we want now to see how do we use the match expression. The match expression semantically or syntactically, we use the keyword match, and we use the keyword match on a certain value that we want to match with, then followed by the variable that we want to check the value of, and that will be followed by a pair of curly braces. So the most important thing, we, after declaring the word match, fill it with the value that you want to check, and this, in this case, what we want to check is this value status that we are holding. So we want to see, ideally this is like the status is a response or a return from the request status function. So we want to see, can we pass multiple cases throughout that request, and we obtain the status that we want. But we said after this it is followed by curly braces, and then if the response is 200, what do we want to do? This is followed by the arrow operator, and here we have a number of options, but to take it simple, we will just put out a print statement, print, and we want to, like I said, this is success. So after that, we put a comma. We put a comma, why? Because we want to look at another case. What if it's not 200? Let's assume the response is 400, and then we want to, is it 400? Okay, I don't remember what 400 is. I'll put 44 because I don't know 400 as an HTTP code. Since we know 404, not found, everyone knows that. Not found. Okay. So, sorry. Put the comma there. So we know that in C++ or Java or C, if we have used the switch statement, we have what we call the default case that handles the other cases in case the cases we have defined are not like obtained, and that's what we want to define. So there are two ways we can do that. One of the ways is using the variable other or an underscore. So we put the arrow operator, and here even we are going to see we can declare with curly braces still. So here we can print, okay, request failed with a given code. We can put the string formatters, and then we print out other, and then we terminate with semicolons. I'll minimize this. Okay, now a few things we need to learn right now. One, within the curly braces, we've written these expressions. Within these curly braces, we have the expressions we've written, the print statements mainly. These expressions, we call them arms. So this is an arm, and so is this and this. Okay, and these arms represent the possible values that the other variable being matched can take. So the arm is just a representation of what this matched variable can take on, basically. So key points to note on the match syntax is match followed by the variable we are checking, curly braces, and inside we have arms, and arms are comparing the variables with which they can take on, or what they imply, so to say. So with that, we can run this code and see what we get. So save the file, call the terminal, and we can call the Rust compiler by typing Rust C and call the main.rs, and we are getting an error here. I don't know how I wrote this. Okay, again. Okay, so we run Rust C main.rs, we generate the binary, we run the binary, we're main, and we are getting success because we are matching with 200. If it is 404, okay, you know what to expect. Okay, yes, not found. So we've seen this. I need to create more space here. We've seen how the match expression works. Basically, this is like a switch statement, so to say. I've said here that once you write the variable that we are checking, or the return from the function, you write the arm. The arm are separated by commas if they are in a single line, but we can sometimes have these arms taking on curly braces, such that we are doing some sort of evaluation here more than on a single line. We are not just printing. So we can perform certain tasks. If the request is successful, do something, save a file, talk to the database, do such things, prompt the user, depending on the application that you're writing. And when we have curly braces, we can get rid of this comma, and we put it here. Okay, so let's take this back to 200 because that's what we want to get, and calling the terminal again. Oh, this one is still here. Good. Call calling rust C again, and then the binary generated, we are still getting success. So we're still good. So just to recap a little bit, we used the match keyword on the value, the match keyword on the value that you want to match, okay, like this, and then we follow that with the variable that we want to match. I've said that, and then we put curly braces. So within curly braces we write expressions, and these expressions are called arms, okay. These arms represent the possible values that the variable being matched can take on, and each arm mainly we can say is written by writing the possible value of the variable. So this is the value of what this variable is meaning literally, and this variable is coming from that, the status from here. So another nice feature or what you can benefit from match expression is that we have an exhaustive sort of listing all possible cases, and we are sure that our match expression will exhaustively cater for every possible case that we want to cater for. In this case, we cannot list all the possible HTTP codes. I don't know the length of HTTP codes, but there are quite many. Well, practically we can, but that's tedious and really not good. So I wouldn't advocate for it. But let's assume we cannot list them. So the match expression is helping us achieve that. And here in Rust allows us to either ignore the rest of the possibilities and use something that can catch everything, and this is the other, or an underscore. So we can put an underscore here in case we don't want to handle anything else, and it will just ignore everything, okay. And that would mean if put an underscore, we ignore like the rest. Okay. So if someone is asking, we can do that underscore and get rid of that. And okay, calling Rust again, success. So it still runs. You can put like maybe for something, I don't know. Let's see what that brings. Okay, yeah, it's catered for. So that's one of the ways to end there, guys. And we are going to extend this in other subsequent videos and look at more applications of match expression. So please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me about match and how we can apply it more. Bye bye, guys.